Good morning, America. For our viewers in the West, paychecks for millions of federal workers at risk, a strike at Amazon, and TikTok's last-ditch effort to save itself.
Breaking news. On strike. Thousands of Amazon warehouse workers walking off the job this morning, their demands, and what it means for your gifts.
Showdown over shutdown. Pressure from Elon Musk and President-elect Trump kills a bipartisan agreement that would have kept the government running. Overnight, lawmakers leave the Capitol without a deal. What it means for federal employees, including service members, and their paychecks as we head into the holidays.
Deadly train crash. The moment a tractor trailer got stuck on the tracks, a train slamming into it and then derailing into a building.
The startling new headline from the FAA on lasers being pointed into pilots' eyes as they fly.
TikTok at the Supreme Court.
TikTok is getting banned.
The justices to hear arguments on the law that could ban the app, used by more than 170 million Americans. Dan Abrams breaks it down.
The FBI investigating after a cruise ship passenger died after being detained following a violent outburst.
Supermodel Petra Nemkova one-on-one with Diane Sawyer.
It's always difficult to go back in that moment when my life changed.
On her incredible tsunami survival story. Diane is here this morning.
Paris Hilton's big win on Capitol Hill. Our Juju Chang spoke with her about the bill to help protect kids.
And
you ready to gird your loins?
can you believe that 2024 is almost over?
This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy.
Call everyone.
I think I'm the only one on this set who's actually used a phone this year.
We're taking a wild trip down memory lane. I almost said a bad word.
Here we go.
2024 was too hot to handle.
Bang.
And that's all you need to see.
Live in Times Square, this is Good Morning America.
Good morning, America. How many takes on that, Justin?
Hey, it only takes one. Only takes one. That's it.
That's the only one we saw. That's all that matters, America. All right, we have just 6 days until the holidays, and if you don't have a gift yet, there's always gift cards. Becky Worley and Rebecca Jarvis have everything you need to know, from how to pay less than face value to avoiding scams.
Also ahead, there's some troubling new headlines about bird flu. The first severe case in a person in the U.S. was reported in Louisiana. California has declared a state of emergency. We're going to have the latest on that.
But we begin with breaking news on Amazon. The Teamsters launched what it calls the largest ever strike against Amazon. According to the Teamsters Union, the strike will include about 10,000 Amazon workers at facilities in San Francisco, Southern California, and more. It all started in New York. Let's go to Reagan Medji from our station WABC, who is on the scene for us. Good morning, Reagan.
Robin, very active scene since 6 o'clock this morning Eastern time. Now, we have these drivers, these Amazon drivers, some of the 10,000 who are striking today, saying that they want better pay and better benefits. I'm stepping out of the way so you can see that part of these picketers are blocking the driveway, not allowing trucks to get out of the facility. Every now and again, a truck will slip on by, and then there are calls for solidarity, and basically they want everybody to be on the same page here at this facility. So Amazon is a non-union company, but the Teamsters Union organized the strike, accusing Amazon of ignoring a clear deadline to come to the bargaining table to negotiate a union contract for workers here at the Maspeth facility. Under Amazon's business model, these drivers are not Amazon employees but work for a third-party business. They are demanding higher pay and better benefits. Amazon says Teamsters are not in charge. They are. And the Teamsters are organizing workers improperly. Now, Amazon says despite all of this striking, packages that people have ordered should arrive on time. The drivers say, we'll see. Reporting for Good Morning America, Reagan Medji. Back to you, Michael.
All right, thank you, Reagan. And now we're going to go to Capitol Hill, where lawmakers are racing to avert a government shutdown after President-elect Trump and Elon Musk opposed a bipartisan deal to keep the government running. Our chief White House correspondent, Mary Bruce, is tracking the latest. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning. Well, there is now a lot of uncertainty here. The House was set to vote on a bill to keep the government open, but then Elon Musk got involved, launching a pressure campaign against the bill. And now, with the holidays just around the corner and paychecks for millions of federal workers hanging in the balance, this morning Congress is now scrambling for a plan B. This morning, Republican House Speaker Mike Johnson is back at square one after Elon Musk and President-elect Donald Trump torpedoed a bill to keep the government up and running.
There is no new agreement right now.
Overnight, the speaker seen leaving the Capitol after meeting with Vice President-elect J.D. Vance.
I'm not going to say anything else more about it tonight because we're in the middle of these negotiations.
President-elect Donald Trump now telling Republicans to get smart and tough. With a not-so-subtle message for the speaker, Trump telling Fox News Johnson will easily remain speaker if he acts decisively and tough. But Trump not telling Republicans exactly what he wants them to do next. He's criticizing the bipartisan bill for including too much spending, but warning Republicans not to pass a stripped-down bill without also raising the debt limit. The original agreement would have kept the government open until March, with $100 billion in disaster aid and billions more for farmers. But Musk, whom Trump has tapped to lead a new government efficiency effort, launched a last-minute pressure campaign against it, blasting the bill as a crime, bloated with wasteful spending, saying anyone who supports it deserves to be voted out in 2 years.
There will be a lot of hard votes in the next couple of years, and it's not always going to be the case that the outside world, the social media audience, is going to be weighing in.
If the government shuts down, millions of federal workers, including service members, would head into the holidays without paychecks. Some would be asked to work anyway, like longtime Library of Congress cafeteria worker Willie Joe Price.
You got a whole lot of people that's going to disappoint their children because they're going to have to do a 360 to think about what they're going to do. Is it worth me buying this for my child, or should I pay my rent?
With peak holiday travel, TSA agents and air traffic controllers would also still have to work without pay. Democratic leaders now blunt.
House Republicans will now own any harm that is visited upon the American people that results from a government shutdown. So what comes next here? Well, that's the big question, and it's really unclear. The speaker could try to strip out all of that additional funding and spending and just pass a bill to keep the government up and running. But the fate of that is also in doubt, and the clock is ticking with that deadline looming tomorrow night, Robin.
But Mary, as you said in your report, if they try to pass that stripped-down bill, President-elect Trump says he wants it to include raising the debt limit.
Yeah, Robin, Donald Trump is really now upping the ante, insisting that any bill to fund the government also raises the debt limit. That, of course, is the cap on how much the U.S. can borrow to pay its bills. So just at the same time that Elon Musk and Donald Trump are railing against this bill for spending too much, the president-elect is also now demanding to be able to borrow more. He knows the political reality that it is going to be difficult to raise the debt limit once Republicans take control of Congress next year. He's hoping to get this done under Joe Biden's watch. Robin.
All right. Mary, thank you.
Now on holiday travel, millions set to get an early jump on their Christmas vacation. This is expected to be the busiest flying day of the season, more than 50,000 flights scheduled. Let's start with Ginger on how this new winter storm could impact plans. Good morning, Ginger.
Good morning, George. So this is what it looks like out your plane window at Minneapolis-St. Paul Airport, and the visibility down to a half mile. Roads also getting really slick. They're looking for anywhere between 4 and 6 inches of snow. So a winter storm warning is from there to Green Bay and all the way back into North Dakota. Also very windy. We're talking gusts up to 60 miles per hour in parts of Nebraska, South Dakota, and western Iowa. Then look what happens. This is tonight. It's Chicago, Green Bay, still getting it. So you could see some delays in air travel there. And then by tomorrow morning, Chicago's still getting that wraparound snow. Detroit is getting into the snow. Cleveland will get some flakes. And then it's inland especially, and even Friday night into Saturday morning here in New York City that we could even see some of the snow.
Thank you, Ginger. And as you know, travelers keeping an eye on the weather as they head to airports for their flights. Trevor Ault is at one of them right now here in New York. Good morning, Trevor.
Good morning, Robin, and the weather is going to be very important as we have all of these people heading to the airport, kicking off another record-setting stretch of travel, and we know that those numbers are going to be really, really busy. Today for the FAA in terms of total flights is the single busiest day of the holiday stretch. 50,466 flights on the docket just today. Now, from now through January 2nd, the TSA says they're anticipating they're going to screen 40 million passengers, and for the TSA, tomorrow will be their single busiest day. They think it's going to be up there with some of the busiest busiest days in the history of the TSA. With all these people flying, you can, of course, anticipate to see crowds at the airports, especially in the morning hours. 8 a.m. to noon is when it's going to be the busiest, though we should note those morning flights do typically take off at the highest percentage chance of getting out of here on time. That is good to know. Of course, as we're coming out of that Thanksgiving stretch, we did see some flights related to air traffic controller shortages, some delays there. The FAA is not yet warning about that, but it's good to keep in the back of your mind. Michael?
All right, be patient when you show up there at the airport. Thank you so much for that, Trevor. Now to the roads, where more than 100 million people are expected to be driving over the holidays. Stephanie Ramos is in Fort Lee, New Jersey. Good morning, Stephanie.
Michael, good morning. The surge in holiday travel is here, and it's making its mark on the roads. This could be one of the busiest travel times we've seen. Here's a live look from our powerhouse station, KABC. AAA estimates more than 119 million people will travel 50 miles or more from home this holiday season, with 90% of them choosing to drive. On the West Coast, here are the cities where you'll see the most congestion tomorrow. In LA, it'll be in the evening on the I-5 heading north toward Bakersfield. In Houston, the most congestion will be midday on I-10 heading east. And in Seattle, it'll be the busiest in the evening, I-90 heading west. Here's some good news. The national average for gas prices is $3.04 a gallon, with many areas seeing prices below $3. With a record number of people expected to hit the road this holiday season, stay safe, plan ahead, especially in those areas with winter weather. George.
Advice there. Okay, Stephanie, thanks. Return now to the deadly crash in Texas. A train collided with a tractor trailer that got stuck on the tracks. The train jumped the tracks, then slammed into a building. One person was killed, 4 others injured. Chief National Correspondent Matt Gutman has the latest on that. Good morning, Matt.
Hey, good morning, George. It was a chain reaction crash of sorts. A semi seems to have been stuck on the tracks and was then T-boned by that Union Pacific train, which caused a pileup of derailed cars that then slammed into the Pecos Chamber of Commerce. And as you just mentioned, there was at least 1 fatality and others were injured. This morning, video capturing the moment a Union Pacific train slammed into a tractor trailer that got stuck on the tracks. The deadly crash happening during rush hour in Pecos, Texas. You can see a line of cars waiting at the railroad crossing when the train, moving at a high rate of speed, T-bones into the truck. Over a dozen cars derailing, some of them pitched sideways and perpendicular to the tracks. And some of those mangled cars carrying hazardous materials.
2 of them have lithium-ion batteries. One of them was the leaking diesel from one of the engines. All of those have been contained, so there's no threat to the community.
1 person was killed, 4 others injured, one of them seriously. The driver of the truck got out before the collision, but derailed cars severely damaging the Pecos Chamber of Commerce building.
Had it been earlier, it could have been much more bigger catastrophe.
Now, the area is still blocked off, and it's going to take some time to remove all those rail cars. The Texas Department of Public Safety and Union Pacific still on site investigating. And right now, they're saying that the hazmat cars remain sealed and pose no risk to the public. Michael.
Yeah, it's definitely an unnecessary tragedy there, Matt. Thank you for that. I'm going to turn now to United Healthcare CEO murder. The accused killer will face a judge in that Pennsylvania courthouse this morning before he's extradited to New York to face an 11-count indictment. Senior investigative correspondent Aaron Katersky is outside the courthouse in Manhattan for us. Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning, Michael. Luigi Mangione has just arrived in a Pennsylvania court, and in short order, he could be moved here to this New York court for arraignment on murder charges, and now we've learned he also has federal charges awaiting him too. Mangione is expected to waive extradition from Pennsylvania, where he was arrested for the Midtown Manhattan murder of United Healthcare chief Brian Thompson. Once he's here, he's going to be booked and arraigned on charges including first-degree murder and furtherance of terrorism. If convicted, he faces life in prison without parole. Now, sources tell ABC News Mangione is also expected to face federal charges that could make him eligible for the death penalty. His lawyer called these anticipated federal charges a pile-on and said Mangione would fight charges in whatever court they're brought. Michael?
All right, Aaron, thank you so much for that. And Aaron is part of the team for a new 2020 special tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern, right here on ABC. Robin?
All right, now to the FAA reporting a staggering increase in laser strikes on planes this month. Ariel Reshef is here with more on that. Good morning to you, Ariel.
Good morning to you, Robin. The FAA is now reporting a 269% increase in laser strikes against planes in New Jersey compared to the same period last year. Authorities warning people not to use laser pointers at aircraft believed to be drones. Now, of course, all of this is happening as the Northeast sees a rash of alleged drone sightings. Pilots reporting 59 laser incidents in just the last 15 days. The FAA calling this alarming and saying when pointed at a plane, these lasers can cause pilots temporary blindness. Authorities stress this is illegal and could be deadly. Dozens of agencies have been out daily trying to track down any operators acting illegally with or with nefarious intent when it comes to these drones. The FAA has banned drone operations in several areas of New Jersey until January 17th without special permission from the government due to special security reasons. Robin.
All right. Our thanks to you, Ariel. George?
Okay, Robin, we're going to turn now to the battle over TikTok. It's headed to the Supreme Court. The justices agreed to hear the social media app's challenge to a law that could ban it in the U.S. starting next month. It's sparking outrage online. Chief Legal Analyst Dan Abrams here to break down the case. Dan, good morning. This is kind of a complicated case. Congress has ordered ByteDance, the Chinese company, to sell TikTok. ByteDance is challenging the law. So who's got the better argument? Who's likely to prevail?
So the government probably has the stronger argument going into this. The argument from ByteDance or TikTok is this is a First Amendment issue, right? They're stopping us from engaging in free speech. The government's saying this isn't about speech. This is about regulating a foreign government who is gathering data on Americans. And remember that as a practical matter, foreign individuals aren't allowed to own broadcast licenses, for example, in this country already. And so their position is this really isn't significantly different than that. It just depends on how you look at the case. Remember, there's also the TikTok users also filed a separate lawsuit, also part of this is being heard.
Okay, so the court will hear the case, 9 days before the deadline to sell. They've chosen not to pause the law. So what do you read into that? And what about the TikTok users? What if the ban does go into effect?
Yeah, it seems pretty clear the court's moving quickly. They've expedited this. I'd expect something from them in the relatively near future. TikTok users' accounts are not going to get zapped, right? They're not going to just go away. TikTok's still going to be there. The question is going to be who can see it, who can use it, how can they use it? Those are the sorts of questions.
And we know that Donald Trump met with the TikTok CEO this week at Mar-a-Lago. He said he had the warm spot now for TikTok. Is there anything he can do with this out of his hands?
So January 19th, this goes into effect. He takes office January 20th. But he still could have a big impact. Number one, he could tell his attorney general, don't enforce this at all. So that could be some level of reassurance. He could also seek to try and get Congress to repeal it. He could also try and delay it. So he has some options here if he decides to be on TikTok's side.
Did he want to ban it at one point?
He did, correct. In his first administration, by executive order, tried to ban it. Seems he's changed his position a bit.
All right, Dan, thank you so much for that. And coming up, we have the mysterious death on a cruise ship. Will Reeve is here with the story. Hey, Will.
Hey, Michael, this is shocking video. An outburst on a cruise ship ending in the passenger dying. We have the details from an eyewitness coming up.
All right, and also ahead we have Paris Hilton on her victory on Capitol Hill, fighting to protect kids in the so-called troubled teen industry.
Plus, how to find deals and pay less than face value for gift cards.
Coming up, one-on-one with Nicole Kidman. We will be right back, but you stay right there. See you in a minute.
Damn. Just put one.
They gave my job up that quick.
Did y'all tell him? Y'all didn't tell him?
Yeah, they gave my job up like nothing.
You're going to do one more show.
No, they didn't tell me. Welcome back to GM, everybody. That is the great Denzel Washington. He stopped by earlier this year. And one of our favorite things about this show is being able to spend time with guys like Denzel. We can't wait to share more memories from 2024 that's coming up in our next hour.
He was so excited to do that prank.
Yeah. I'm surprised I'm here today. I'm just happy I'm here, Denzel. Thank you for not taking my job.
We have a lot of headlines we're following right now, including the showdown over a government shutdown. After Elon Musk and President-elect Donald Trump sank a bill to keep the government up and running, if the government shuts down, millions of federal workers, including service members, would head into the holidays without paychecks. Also right now, the Amazon strike started this morning in New York, and according to the Teamsters Union, it will also include about 10,000 Amazon workers at facilities in Illinois, Atlanta, San Francisco, and Southern California. Of course, it's just 6 days until Christmas.
And take a look at this, just 12 days until New Year's Eve. Times Square is getting ready to ring in the new year. 2025 has arrived. Well, the actual numbers have arrived in Times Square, as you can see right there. For New Year's Rockin' Eve, it's going to be a star-studded celebration. It always is. And we've got a lot more ahead, including a big win for Paris Hilton. Juju Chang spoke with her, and that is coming up, Michael.
All right, Robin, now to the mysterious death of a passenger on a cruise ship after he was restrained following a violent outburst that was caught on camera. The FBI is investigating, and Will Reeve is here with the latest. Good morning, Will.
Good morning, Michael. A troubling scene here caught on camera. A man on a cruise ship going on a violent tirade ending up dead. His family demanding answers, and this morning a first-hand account from another passenger caught in the middle of it all.
This morning, a tumultuous scene on the high seas turned tragic. This cell phone video capturing a man on a Royal Caribbean cruise violently kicking in one of the ship's doors in an apparent fit of profane rage.
Don't do it! Don't do it!
The passenger reportedly threatening crew members and passengers.
He's putting his hand on people.
Security detaining him with zip ties and handcuffs after a struggle. The man later dying on the ship. Law enforcement now investigating it as a suspicious death. Passenger Christopher McHale and his wife were celebrating their anniversary on the passage from Los Angeles to Ensenada, Mexico, aboard the Royal Caribbean Navigator of the Seas. He was heading back to his cabin when he happened upon the incident.
As soon as I made the turn into the hallway and I seen the gentleman that was intoxicated, stumbling and slurring names and calling people names, that's when I looked up, and then it escalated from there pretty quickly. When he chased us down the hallway, that's when I knew things were going to get serious.
The medical examiner has identified the man as 35-year-old Michael Virgil. It's not known what led to Virgil's outburst, and his cause of death is unclear, as authorities await the results of a toxicology report. Royal Caribbean saying in a statement, "We are saddened by the passing of one of our guests. We offered support to the family and are working with authorities on their investigation."
And the passenger's family says this type of behavior was uncharacteristic of him. Just a tough scene.
Yeah, it's tough to see that video. All right, well, thank you. Now, a big win for Paris Hilton in her 3-year fight to help protect kids in the so-called troubled teen industry. The Stop Institutional Child Abuse Act that she championed passed the House yesterday and now heads to the president's desk. Juju Chang spoke with her. Good morning to you, Juju.
Hey, good morning, Robin. You know, Paris Hilton scored a rare bipartisan congressional victory. She's been speaking out, as you said, for years against the horrifying abuse she says she suffered at those troubled teen programs. Paris says breaking her silence was really hard, but she realized a simple truth: silence doesn't heal.
This morning, pop culture icon and celebrity heiress Paris Hilton taking on Congress and winning.
This has been such an incredible day to be here making history.
The reality star, no stranger to the spotlight, this time using her platform to champion the Stop Institutional Child Abuse Act.
For you, this is personal. It's the most painful and traumatic experiences of my life. But the fact that I can be here today and turn my pain into a purpose and be a voice for so many children who don't have a voice and use my platform for good is the most healing and incredible experience ever.
I was force-fed medications and sexually abused by the staff.
The bill aimed at helping track and monitor abuse cases at youth treatment facilities across the country. The bill passed in the House, 373 to 33. She described in her memoir years of shocking abuse as a teenager at the hands of several youth treatment facilities.
I've seen things that no child should ever see or experience. The staff at these places are abusive in every single way, physically, emotionally, verbally, psychologically, sexually. I've seen kids be thrown against walls. I've myself have been strangled, hit.
Paris has lobbied lawmakers for years to regulate those so-called troubled teen programs.
Imagine if it was your child who was suffering abuse, neglect, or death in the name of treatment.
This week, a family affair. The mother of two bringing her young son to the nation's capital.
Why was that important to you? I just really wanted him to see his mom making a difference and being the hero that she needed when she was a little girl.
Paris says she'll continue to fight against the shame and silence to reform the industry, sending a message to other survivors. They are not alone.
Silence is such a powerful muzzle and the fact to hide abuse. So many people, when they get out of these places, they just don't want to think about it. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want anyone to know. But my message to everyone out there listening is that the shame is not on you. You should not be ashamed. It's the people who hurt you, and they should be held accountable.
An important lesson. Now, Paris Hilton has often been underestimated, but despite all the haters, she's a top-notch DJ. She's dropped an album recently. She's a serious business mogul. And after this victory on Capitol Hill, she says she's even open to running for office. And when I say, guys, never underestimate
She made a real difference here.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Good for her.
Countdown to Christmas and Hanukkah. With just 6 days left to shop, we've got your guide to gift cards. The National Retail Federation says more than $28 billion will be spent on them this holiday season. Average shopper will buy 3 to 4 cards, averaging about $50 each. Becky Worley, Rebecca Jarvis are here, and let's begin with Becky. Becky, talk about deals on gift cards.
Yeah, first tip I'm going to give you, George, don't buy discounted gift cards from an individual at any old online marketplace. They can be cesspools for gift card fraud. Instead, use a reseller that guarantees the value of the card. I'm talking about apps like GCX and websites like Cash Card, which have a 90 and 45-day guarantee, respectively. Right now on GCX, they have a $100 Ulta gift card for a little more than $90, and Cash Card has a $100 Starbucks card for that same $10 discount. I've purchased cards through both sites. The companies vet that they haven't been drained, but you do have to tell your gift recipient to use these right away in the guarantee window. But let's move over to big name retailers that do have some gift card deals live right now online. So Adidas has a $100 gift card at their website for just $75. At BJ's.com, they have a $50 Barnes & Noble gift card for just $40. And a pro tip, you don't have to be a member. At Kroger.com, a Kohl's $100 gift card is just $85. And on the Costco website, they have a $100 Uber gift card, and that's just $74.99, 25% off. That's a good deal, George.
That is a good deal. Rebecca, you really got scammed?
I actually did get scammed, and I'm going to get to that in just a minute, George, but I want to talk about how some people are getting scammed much more frequently, and that is that people are frequently seeing these scams even at checkout. So take heed of what Becky's advice is there, but also note that the National Retail Federation says that there's a lot of these scams potentially happening at checkout, so you want to make sure you run your finger over the barcode when you're looking at that your gift card at checkout. Run your finger over the barcode. Make sure that the original sticker is intact, because if it's not, it could mean that either an employee or somebody else may have already used the gift card. If you're given the option to register your gift card once you get it, definitely take that option. It's a great one. The Better Business Bureau is also out with a list of holiday scams that includes thieves offering to send free gift cards. So this can happen on social media. You get someone reaches out to you, they say, oh, buy my product and I'll give you some free gift cards. Always be careful of that. Make sure that people aren't pretending to be legitimate retailers. You can do that. Now, here's how I got scammed, okay? I was asked by a friend of a friend to send money via Venmo to put it on a gift card for another friend. And unfortunately, this individual pocketed that money. Not just mine, but a lot of other people's money. Wow. So when you're doing group gift cards, and that's a really great thing to do, the advice is to put your money in a group where you
people
trust.
On the chain knew?
This is somebody, it was a friend of a friend of a friend, and unfortunately that can happen. And so it's a great idea to all go in on a gift for somebody, but make sure you know the people who you are involving yourself with.
Are you all still friends?
Well, I love my friends. I absolutely adore my friends. And unfortunately, the truth is I didn't really know this person very well.
Well,
so.
It could be friends, could be family. Hey, you
never know.
Oh, well, you're healthy. You're
Thank
here,
goodness.
and we're happy you're here, and you're wanting everybody else. That's all.
Thank you. And with all of you, it's a gift.
No doubt.
Now, with our play of the day and one college basketball player getting a huge surprise. We really need to see this.
I'm excited to share this with you. Good morning to you. His name is Jack Ingold. He's a senior at Lipscomb University in Nashville, Tennessee. He plays Division I basketball. But guys, his path to live out his hoop dreams was not an easy one. He was the team manager, didn't get recruited, wasn't even on the squad. He did have a dream, though, and he worked his way up from being that manager to walking on his junior year. Now in his senior year, he earned a huge surprise. I want you to check out this moment when his coach asked him to read a note of encouragement during a team meeting.
Thank you for living out the core values of our basketball program at a level that challenges every single player, coach, and staff member. You are selfless, you are thankful, you are humble, you are driven, you are committed, you are responsible. And as of tonight, you're full scholarship.
Wow.
Bring it to tears.
Lipscomb's men's basketball coach writing on X. Ever since 5th grade, senior Jack Ingold wanted to be a Lipscomb basketball player. Through hard work and dedication, he joined the team as a walk-on. As of last night, he is now on a full scholarship. Guys, that is what you call a slam dunk inspirational story.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. Congratulations, Jack.
Yeah, we're proud of you, Jack. Coming up, we're looking back at our favorite moments from 2024. So many great moments like that one we just saw. Come on back.
Good morning, America. It's 8 a.m. Showdown over shutdown. After pressure from Elon Musk and President-elect Trump to kill a bipartisan agreement that would have kept the government running, overnight, lawmakers leaving the Capitol without a deal. What it means for federal employees, including service members and their paychecks, as we head into the holidays.
Turning horror into hope. Nearly 20 years after the devastating Indian Ocean tsunami, Diane Sawyer's with supermodel Petra Nenkova, who survived the disaster by clinging to a tree for 8 hours. Her bones shattered.
It's always difficult to go back in that moment when my life changed.
How she's turned her pain into purpose.
And one-on-one with Nicole Kidman about her new movie, Baby Girl, getting her Oscar buzz, why she almost quit Hollywood, and what changed her mind. And she's saying,
"Good morning, America."
Live in Times Square, this is GMA.
George and I, the stories this man, we learned the things we learned in the break about this man. Woo! Good morning, America. Nicole Kidman already has a Golden Globe nomination for her new movie. We'll see if the Oscars are in her future too, and she's also going to tell us why none of it almost happened.
Mike, I haven't seen you blush in a long time.
George, we're back on TV, George. It wasn't that bad. The story's a nice story. A lot of things I know out there. All right, and we're looking back. One thing I do know, we're going to look back at 2024. Some of our favorite surprises. We're going to show you all the fun that we had as well. Cannot wait to share that with you.
And our friend Diane Sawyer is here with that Petra Nenkova interview. Looking forward to that. First, look at the top stories breaking at 8. We start with the breaking news on Amazon. The Teamsters launched what it calls the largest ever strike against Amazon. The strike started here in New York. Let's go to Reagan Medji from our station WABC, who's on the scene. Good morning, Reagan.
That's right, George. So I'm going to take you kind of through what exactly is going on here. We're in Maspeth, Queens. This is one of the fulfillment centers for Amazon. The people you see behind me, they are drivers with Amazon. And we all know these drivers. They deliver all the goods, the holiday gifts to you and me. So take a look. They're right here in the driveway area. If we pan to the left, you can see that there are some vans waiting to leave. The NYPD is also on scene and trying to get these drivers to kind of get the loads that are in the trucks to get through, but we have the other drivers who are striking. Every now and again, you'll hear honks and horns from driving vehicles. Residents in the area seem to support this strike. So basically, these workers are part of 10,000 striking workers across the country working for Amazon, which is a non-union company. The Teamsters Union here started setting up unions at fulfillment centers on Staten Island and Maspeth, Queens. Teamsters organized the strike, accusing Amazon of ignoring a clear deadline to come to the bargaining table to negotiate a union contract with workers here at the Maspeth facility, among others. The demands: higher pay, And the Amazon says Teamsters are not in charge, that they are. And the Teamsters are organizing this illegally. So you can see right now we have this truck, a Amazon Prime truck, trying to get out. We have these striking workers in front preventing that from happening. And this is not just this is part of the story, because we have even more workers, and we're going to walk around this way. You can see they're even striking more vans. Look at all of these vans that are trying to get out of the fulfillment center here in Maspeth, Queens, as the Amazon workers strike to get a contract and a fair deal. They want higher pay. Reporting for GMA, Reagan Medji. Back to you.
Reagan, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Been watching your reporting, your fine reporting on WABC. Good to have you here on GMA with us. Thank you. Now to Capitol Hill, where lawmakers are racing to avert a government shutdown after President-elect Trump and Elon Musk opposed a bipartisan deal to keep the government running. Let's go back to our chief White House correspondent, Mary Bruce. Good morning again, Mary.
Good morning again, Robin. Well, there is a lot of uncertainty up on the Hill right now. The House was set to vote on a bill to keep the government up and running, but then Elon Musk got involved, launching a frantic last-minute pressure campaign against the bill, arguing that it was bloated with wasteful spending. And then Donald Trump got involved, followed suit, torpedoing the bipartisan bill, urging Republicans to get smart and tough without telling them exactly what he wants them to do here next. So where do things stand here now? Well, with the holiday just around the corner, paychecks for millions of federal workers are now hanging in the balance, including some service members and critical workers like TSA agents. And Congress is now scrambling for a plan B. Now, one option, the speaker could try to strip away all of that additional spending and pass a bill just to fund the government. But that option is also in doubt this morning. It's not clear if that is going to get enough support. One thing we do know, the clock is ticking, that deadline looming tomorrow night. Michael.
Yeah, the clock is ticking, Mary. Thank you so much. We're going to go now to the latest on bird flu and two concerning new developments. A person in Louisiana is in the hospital, and California has declared a state of emergency. Ariel Reshef is back with this for us this morning. Good morning again, Ariel.
Good morning to you, Michael. Health officials on alert. The Louisiana Health Department saying the person who contracted the virus in that state is over the age of 65 with an underlying medical condition. This was the first case of exposure from a so-called backyard flock, or a group of birds on private property. It's important to note that there are currently no reported cases of person-to-person bird flu infections. But California has declared a state of emergency as a precaution after cases were found in cows in the southern part of that state. Bottom line, experts say the risk to the public is still low. As always, health officials say to seek medical attention if you experience symptoms and you think you may have been exposed. The CDC says the best way to decrease your chance of exposure is to avoid any contact with dead or sick animals, especially wild birds, and anyone with animals on a farm should wear protective gear. Health officials, of course, continuing to monitor the situation, guys.
Yes, they are. Ariel, thanks to you. Coming up on our GMA morning menu, supermodel Petra Nemcova, one-on-one with Diane Sawyer, 20 years after Petra survived the Indian Ocean tsunami.
Also ahead, Nicole Kidman on her new movie getting her Oscar buzz.
And Ika Jachi is at the Philadelphia Zoo, showing us how they are lighting up for the holidays. Claire, what's going on upstairs?
Wow. Very nice. It's the most wonderful time of the year, George. We have a gift for everybody, looking back at our favorite moments of 2024, all the fun we had, the amazing stories. It's all coming up right here on Good Morning America.
Back now on GMA with a remarkable story of finding hope amidst the rubble. It's been nearly 20 years since a huge 9.2 magnitude earthquake created a deadly tsunami that struck countries throughout Southeast Asia with no warning. Our very own and dear friend Diane Sawyer. I do know her name.
Whatever.
I'm always like, I'm fangirling over here, so that's what I'm doing. This is a story I know that you, like many, will never forget.
Absolutely never. And even though it's now been 20 years since I traveled to see the tsunami wreckage and the devastated area, I kept hearing the whole time, I remember when I first heard, that there was a young woman who had impossibly managed to cling to the top of a palm tree for 8 hours as the raging water and the horrible debris tore off her clothes and broke her bones. It was searing agony. And it stunned all of us when we learned who she was, and she was someone whose face we had often seen before. It's the morning after Christmas 2004. Families wander onto a beach, no idea of the terror to come. They look up and see a baffling apparition on the horizon, almost like a towering white wall of water. Then something, maybe someone, is swallowed up. The wave doesn't stop. Someone on shore seems frozen in place, and it's too late to run. People begin to scream. All around, merciless waves of water hit hundreds of miles of shoreline. In some places at 40 to 50 miles per hour. This man sucked under. As it barrels into towns, the water's grinding up steel beams, metal roofs, houses, trees. Buses and cars float away. A child clings to a tree. And also, in this horror is a 25-year-old woman. I first met her right after the nightmare.
Like sometimes things happen, you know, and they can happen any second. You know, it can be the most beautiful moment, and then the next second.
Her name is Petra Nemcova, one of those people who seem to live a lucky life. A beautiful small-town girl from communist Czechoslovakia who was discovered and becomes one of the top supermodels in the world on runways, the covers of big magazines. She'd also found the man of her dreams, Simon Attlee, a gifted photographer with piercing blue eyes. They were on vacation in Thailand in their bungalow, packing to go home.
And it was just such a split of second, just pulled us out of the bungalow, and we were outside.
She's hurtling forward, trying to grab onto a floating roof, anything.
When I grabbed it, I thought I would be able to stand up on it, but there was nothing under. It was empty, so it sucked my legs in.
The crushing debris slams into her body, breaking her bones.
My pelvis were broken, so my legs didn't work.
And as she's carried away, the final thing she sees and hears is Simon.
Then he again screamed, "Petra, Petra." And it's the last time I saw him.
That was Petra when I first met her. This is Petra today. All the time that's traveled between us, you know?
Almost 20 years.
Yeah. Did you dread coming to talk again?
No, I was so excited to see you. It's always difficult to go back in that moment when my life changed.
In the deadly chaos, she grabs onto the top of a palm tree. Around her, desperate people fighting the water. Children calling out to be saved.
Children trying to scream for help. I couldn't go and swim to them or try to help them because I couldn't move my legs. I couldn't do anything.
And just as searing as the sound of the screams, the silence when they stopped.
After half an hour, you didn't hear the children anymore. You didn't hear some of the people anymore.
A terrified young woman holds onto the top of a tree for nearly 8 hours. Every bone in her pelvis is crushed. Blood fills her stomach from internal injuries. And she's completely naked. The water has torn off her clothes.
I went into this stillness, into almost like a meditative state, because I knew if I start panicking, you lose more energy, and I needed all my energy to keep alive.
20 years ago, I flew into that hellscape left by the tsunami, the suffering beyond despair. I remember a little boy standing in the wreckage with his sign.
and a 2-year-old boy whose mother had tossed him into a tree to save him. We stopped on the side of the road where a Thai family told us they had survived by floating in their car. They lost everything except each other. In all, more than 230,000 people will die, including the man with the piercing blue eyes, swept away when an instant meets an eternity. And then, for that agonized young woman holding onto the tree, the sudden miracle of kindness. Strangers give her clothes and gently place her on a floating mattress to steer her through the debris toward medical help.
One of the time, and it was so sweet because actually the water took everything what I had on, and so he just left me some clothes, and I asked him, can I get your t-shirt? And so I got a t-shirt.
Those people were ready to risk their lives for strangers, and that shows you the best of humanity.
And tomorrow, you will hear the astonishing thing that this woman has been doing for 20 years to transform what happened on that unbearable day.
That day of a tsunami, I didn't have a choice to help children, but today and every day I have a choice, and we all have a choice every day.
And as we say tomorrow, you are going to hear about the truly remarkable things she has been doing for the past 20 years and transforming all the darkness into light. By the way, she's offering everybody a chance to come help and do it too. And the good news is there's now a warning system for tsunamis in the South Asia area. And so there's a chance for people to get to higher ground.
It all happened so fast and so devastating.
Yeah. Coming in at 100, sometimes 500 miles per hour in places
It's
in the
remarkable
South
she
Pacific.
survived.
Isn't it?
And you could have heard a pin drop as we were watching just now. My goodness.
I think the doctors who looked at her bone scans and what she went through can't believe that she got through that.
And she has a purpose. She has a purpose to
does.
be here, and you're going to share more of that tomorrow. And we also want to tell you that our friends at National Geographic also recently released a series. I can't, if I look in your eyes, I absolutely
hypnotized.
I know.
Calm down.
It brings back memories. Great memories. National Geographic has a series documenting the events of that day.
Yes.
It's called Tsunami, Race Against Time. It's available on Disney+.
And they helped us with our footage, so we thank them so much.
It was amazing.
Now to Nicole Kidman's very big year in the movie role that is getting her Oscar buzz. Chris Connolly talked to her about Baby Girl and almost giving up on Hollywood when she became a mom.
She's a good mother, she's a good wife, she's very successful in her job.
Because I could make one call and you lose everything.
This is her Achilles heel.
You're my baby girl.
Baby Girl from Dutch writer-director Helena Rain puts Nicole Kidman's type A boss in the heedless throes of delicious yet devastating self-discovery.
She's like, oh, the sensations that come towards me when I'm feeling the danger are the things that I'm actually now really drawn to.
What was it that was exciting as you encountered this story?
The honesty. I think it's deeply human. At times that's disturbing, that's sort of uncomfortable. It makes you laugh. It can turn you on.
I think you like to be told what to do.
But it's all told through the eyes of a woman. The constant shifting of power and the way in which they find their way through that.
The demands of the part, placing Kidman's character in intimate scenes with rising star Harris Dickinson, 28, and as her husband, Antonio Banderas, 64.
What was it like for you to engage with as much risk as you had to play this character?
Well, I didn't think the world would be seeing. You know, I always say the way I approach my work is that we're doing it in the living room. And then I don't actually think beyond that. If you feel like you're just in your living room, then it doesn't have that worldwide where you go, oh my gosh, everyone's going to see this.
At 58, she's Golden Globe nominated for Baby Girl, one of 6 projects she starred in during 2024. But the acclaim of her last 15 years on screen nearly didn't happen. But a trusted voice counseled her otherwise.
I seem to recall that when you had your baby Sunday, you thought, well, that's it.
I was on my farm in Nashville.
You had an Oscar, you had an amazing career.
And I was
You'd
kind
done it all.
of, yeah.
Who told you?
My mother said, no. Keep your finger in the pie a little bit. Don't give it up completely. I was sort of like, I'm done. I've got my baby. This is it. And she's like, I think, and I've raised you since you were little, I think you'll need a creative outlet. And you might not want to just throw it all away.
Nicole's mother, Janelle, passed in September of this year.
Do you keep your mother's voice in your head now the same way?
Well, I keep reaching for it. I hope it, yes, but I would much prefer that it was right here.
And now, she shows no sign of leaving the path she began at age 14.
I remember asking you almost 33 years ago when you were starting. I know, right? When you were still a teenager. What did you like about it? I said, well, you get to meet boys and you get to kiss boys on stage.
Still doing that.
For Good Morning America, Chris Connolly, ABC News, Los Angeles.
We are happy she listened to her mama. And Baby Girl will be in theaters on Christmas Day. George?
We are just 6 days away from Christmas, and the Philadelphia Zoo is bringing a whole new meaning to the phrase merry and bright. Ike Kajachi's there first. Good morning, Ike.
Hey, good morning, George. Let me tell you something right now. Bright is an understatement. There are over 1 million lights covering this 42-acre campus, and it's all part of the Philadelphia Zoo's Luma-Nature tradition. There are alpacas, goats, so many different animals here that get to see the over 1 million visitors who come here to see performers just like these guys. But listen, it's not all about these performers. There are interactive displays, photo ops, and of course, colorful displays like a 40-foot tall glowing penguin, a Christmas tree made up of light-up plastic flamingos. There are forests of jellyfish here, a shimmering waterfall vine wall with 20,000 lights. And listen, that's just the beginning. This entire exhibit takes place across 16 different parts of the zoo, and it highlights different parts of nature, like the jungle, the ocean, the savanna, and the Arctic. But I gotta say, the zoo animals, they're usually asleep during the light-up displays, but it's okay. There's a whole bunch of hot chocolate and s'mores to keep your belly happy. Now, this entire expedition lasts until early January, so there's still time for everyone to come over here, even after the holidays, to have some fun. Guys?
All right, thank you for that, Ike. And
So
everybody's
nice.
always in these great places. They don't have to send us hot chocolate. All right, coming up, we are a look back at 2024, sharing some of our favorite moments with you.
There's some doozies in there.
There are some good ones, always.
Welcome back to GMA, live from Times Square.
We do welcome you back to GMA. This morning we are turning back the clock on 2024, taking a look at some of our favorite memories from this year.
Love this tradition. And for everything you saw happen on your screen, there's a lot of work going on behind the scenes as we covered it all. News stories, heartfelt moments, and surprises.
So grab your cup of coffee and settle in to laugh, smile, and reflect on a great year together. Good morning, America. And I want to say to our audience, get ready to gird your loins. Let's go.
5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
The new World Series champions crowned.
Your Dodgers have won the World Series.
Good morning to the Boston Celtics, NBA World Champions.
We did it! Jackpot, Kansas City! It's the start of one. We're not done.
It was an incredible title game. South Carolina could not be stopped.
Unstoppable. All glory goes to God. Clark, oh my, from the future.
I don't think anybody slept last night.
The New York Liberty are WNBA champions.
We're surrounded by Liberty fans. Look at that. $10,000.
This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy.
$15,000.
$40,000.
Cardinal players, can I have your attention?
Did y'all hear me? $1 million. The people of Rolling Fork, Mississippi, still feeling the impact after a destructive tornado tore through their small town 1 year ago.
Hey, y'all need help over there?
It's been a year.
Community come together, and then, like you said, all the GMA viewers pitch in as well.
Good morning, America. Overnight, Hurricane Milton rips through the state of Florida.
It's almost like having a bomb drop it.
Helene's now the deadliest hurricane to hit the mainland since Katrina.
Houses floating away.
You know that the storm and the impacts go well beyond Florida, into Georgia, even North Carolina, which we'll get to.
GMA is in the heart of the storm zone as communities come together to lend a hand.
$1.896 million has been raised.
Oh my goodness.
$10,000, $20,000. Wait, there's more. $50,000.
So many people are coming together, and there is joy in helping so many others.
Sandy Hook survivors. I sat down with some of the students nearly 12 years later. Looking forward to graduation?
Oh, yeah. We got prom ahead of us. We have senior skip day.
Michael and his daughter Isabella revealed the moment she found out she had brain cancer.
You have to keep living just because this is happening.
She's right. You inspire all of us every single day.
What would you say to that young man today?
Thanks. Thanks.
Hey, Jer.
Hey, Auntie.
Jer's all in.
It is the first day for the shots.
He'll need 5 days of injection to prepare for donation day.
You're a superhero.
I'm very proud of you. You know how much I love you.
George, he's outside Buckingham Palace.
My daughter Elliot is studying over here, so I was here for spring break.
Hi.
Michael, congratulations, Granddad.
25 years of celebrating Mom with our breakfast in bed spectacular.
That feels good.
Happy Mother's Day to everybody out there. Happy Mother's Day, everybody.
Give your mama a big hug when you see her.
Come on, Mom. Here's Mama.
Oh, she buried the lead.
I know.
Total solar eclipse countdown.
3, 2, 1. It's hard to express the emotions that you feel when you see something like this, and knowing that your mom saw it first down in Mexico.
My mother's dream finally realized.
What I was looking at during the eclipse was all of you, and everyone screaming.
It's Earth Day, and Earth is showing up and showing out.
An obvious part of living in an Earthship is return things to nature.
Robin, you're going in the cave.
Oh, Rebecca, I'm going in, I'm going in.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
Brighter than the sun. Until you caught me on my good side.
What's the coolest thing that you've seen today?
Meeting Ray the mascot and meeting George.
A close second to the mascot.
Have you ever gotten him to dance?
No, George doesn't do it.
Can you guys imagine if we find out that the only place George dances is when he gets his coffee?
I actually sang at karaoke a month ago.
Please tell me there's a video.
If there is, I'll buy it. I think I'm the only one on the city who's actually used a phone this year. Great crowd in my hometown of Cleveland. You didn't know that?
I Googled him a million times.
I'm still trying to ponder you Googling me too much.
There's a lot to look up. I know a lot about George Stephanopoulos.
Let's give them that gab, Travis. There you go. There you go.
Ginger Z, Philly pretzel. We're having a pizza party.
So you're really going to eat pizza at 7:49 in the morning?
Time is a construct.
Oh, yeah.
The babies.
How suspicious is this?
Bobby, our technical director, is going to taste some out.
2 thumbs up.
Oh, he loves it.
You know
10
it's good, making me
contestants.
tap my right foot.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, big bite.
Yeah.
Gotta be in it to win it. I almost said a bad word.
Tommy is replacing George Stephanopoulos. How about that?
Adam, our producer here, is showing us how it works. From the control room to the makeup room with the littlest members of our GMA family all here to pitch in, to have fun, to see what mom and dad do for a living. Oh, wow.
HR Director Maddie Haynes and her husband, she just welcomed a baby boy, Arlo.
Congratulations to one of our DGA production associates, Patrick Phillips. He got married.
Happy 23rd wedding anniversary to George and Allie. Congratulations, my friend.
23 best years of my life.
My friend Phil McCrickard, you will be missed, my friend.
An honor and a privilege.
Thank you, Phil. Did you say bend and snap? I've been practicing that for 23 years.
The sauce doesn't seep through the little gaps in the pasta.
Every time somebody says gap, I'm like, are you talking about me, Willis?
TV.
That's what sleep deprivation will do to you, right there. You're crazy about the People's Magazine's Sexiest Man of the Year.
No, I'm upset because it's not you.
I'm just glad it's the two of you talking about this and not me.
Good morning, America!
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
You get
Good to see you. Good to see you.
I love you guys so much. I watch every morning.
I just feel lucky to be with all four of you. This is like I'm with the Avengers.
I know a couple in love. They've been together 45 years. They say they're retired and they have their cup of coffee and watch GMA in the morning.
Oh, that's so nice.
We wanted to make sure that you had a day off. Let Good Morning America take care of you, and thank you all for your service.
This block is now under construction. I get a chance to work with the hosts in the booth.
You wearing that hat?
I don't know. I'm not afraid to take it off.
Pop News Time with Sam. I'm a little disappointed not to see any props.
I know, George. But this is Friday Pop News.
What are you really going to do?
What do you really want? David Beckham.
Yes.
My youngest son, Cruz, turned around to me and said, Dad, you were really good. I didn't know you.
I try to keep it tight. So. I'm not straight-headed or anything, but
Eve's that girl.
I'm glad we all got the green memo here.
Did you just finish the set list?
Yeah, this is what I spend my time doing before the show. Set lists, and more set lists.
Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman.
By the way, this thing is removable because I might put this on my bed. This is awesome.
This is a beautiful throw or shawl.
Elmo! Hi there!
How do you find your collaborators?
You want to do it?
Sure.
Let's do it. You're too slow.
It actually makes me want to sign up for opera lessons.
Encourage your producers to make sure that's a part of the show.
You know what? You say that, they'll make me do it.
You've made it through 6 minutes. Haven't given anything away yet.
Can we end it now?
How are you going to dance with those around your neck?
That's a good question. Dangerously.
Denzel Washington joins us live. Damn.
Just put Washington.
They gave my job up that quick.
Did y'all tell him? Y'all didn't tell him.
I wish we could have had a camera on Shaq during the commercial break. That would be better than everything else you've seen in the show, and it is a great show.
Okay, there's just something about the smell of a gym.
Right here. Let's go. Bang.
And that's all you need to see. Dare I say, Gio, how's it hanging?
Just hanging out here.
We got the twins in the house.
You look like a buddy movie.
I'd buy a ticket to see that film.
There you go, Barney. Come on, Barney.
Barney wants a date. Do we have this?
What's cooking? Good looking.
There's a lot going on here this morning.
Tomorrow we dance.
No, finally. When?
Do I remember?
I do.
All right.
I'm ready. Oh, y'all finished.
Polarized sunglasses, blue light blockers, they last, they look good.
You can do this.
Yes.
3.
Good morning, America.
Is it over?
It's over.
Busy year. Woo.
Oh, that was really funny. It always reminds us, right? We did that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Happy New Year.
Love
Many times you see that, you go like, yeah, that actually happened.
On TV.
On TV?
Yes. Hey, making that time capsule takes a lot of dedication and hard work. We really want to thank the team that spends all year long making notes, whether we like it or not, and putting it together.
So we have a special shout out to producer Cameron Harrison,
Good job,
editor
Cam.
Steve Rokolinsky, Kijung Park, and graphics artist Marcelo Marziero and Jeffrey Shue. Thank
Great
you
job,
to you
guys.
all.
Yeah.
Very well done. Thank you for the hard work. This is really good.
So great.
Very good.
Now with our GMA Jolly Holiday Countdown. It's Christmas and Hanukkah just less than a week away, and we've got a gift that is already a big hit. You can get it just in time for the holidays, by the way. This segment is sponsored by Box Bowlin', and they are a #1 bestseller on Amazon. Box Bowlin' is a fun fitness game for the whole family. Everybody from grandparents to kids, even Tom Brady. Loving it. Speaking of Tom Brady, Will Gans feels like Tom Brady.
Is it the
he
biceps?
said.
Is that what did it? Yeah. This game is actually so much fun to play. You simply screen mirror the app from your phone to any streaming device, like your smart TV, and it counts the hits that each player gets. Are you ready to see it?
I can't wait.
All right, let's do it. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
What?
Whoa! Not bad, right?
So you got 8.
So I got 8.
With a trophy.
With the trophy, exactly. We could do it again. I'm just so excited to bring this home and play with like my nephews and stuff over the holidays. Yeah.
So impressed, and I cannot wait because my boys are always needing the indoor game.
Yes.
This makes a ton of sense.
Very
okay.
fun.
If you order today, it will arrive before the holidays. Plus, you get an extra 10% off with code GMA10 on Box Bowlin's website. Oh, keep going. Keep it up. Let's beat that score.